Okay, so chapter 7. Let me go get my paperwork.
Just remember, I gotta go.
I know. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna catch it.
You gonna catch it tonight? Okay, here. Take these and then that way you'll be able to work on it. Okay.
I'm about to look at it.
Okay, great. Okay. You go live. I'm on live. So
Oh, you doing what?
I'm on live. You can look at me while you riding the bus.
That's good. I'll be able to crack jokes on the bus too.
Oh, good.
All right. Where's teamwork?
All right, sweetie. Let me know.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna talk about chapter 7. Your assignment here in the Fortney book. The CMS 1500 form. Everybody has that? The CMS 1500 forms? Okay. And remember, I think we're supposed to have about 7 or 8 different claim forms? Okay. So we're supposed to have about 7 or 8 different claim forms. And so looking at the assignment, 7-2. So we're 2 in the Fortney book. So go to page 115, Raven.
I like my that the big spiral book with my forms in it.
Okay, you need some more forms? Come get some more forms, baby.
Where
Yeah,
where
right here.
thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So you all should have about 7 forms with Mary McLean. So we're using page 115 of this sheet here with Mary McLean. And we're going to be using page 117, and there's supposed to be a page 116, right? No?
No, that's not.
Nothing on 116? Okay. Oh, okay. So just these 2 pages here, right? Okay, so just these 2 pages here. So, and this is going to be about with Mary McLean. So those dates that I have circled, you should be learning how to fill out a CMS 1500 claim form. So it looks like it should be about 7 different claims forms for Mary McLean, okay? For Mary McLean. Now, looking at the assignment on figure 7-2 here, looking at the date of service May 6th, remember we talked about, so you have to know medical abbreviations, okay? And NP, if you read the progress notes is the same as what term? Soap notes. Very good. Progress notes is the same as soap notes, okay? And we know S and soap notes mean very good, Raven. Very good. Subjective, objective, assessment, and plan, okay? Soap notes is the same as progress notes. Progress notes is the same as soap notes. Okay, now, let's look at the date here, May 6th. May 6th. And NP means new patient. Okay, that's a medical term. It means new patient. New patient presents in office with constant dribbling and wetting at night. Uses 15 pads a day. The patient began March 10, and we're going to use 2018 because March 10, 2019 is not here yet. So anytime you have an assignment in your book and it has a head date, you always want to use the year before, okay? So the date of service, the date that the patient came in is May 6th. So you want to use May 6, 2018, okay? The onset or the date of occurrence for her to start having these issues, she started having these issues March 10, 2018, okay? Pelvic exam was done, normal findings, no bladder or uterine prolapse noted. UA, what does UA mean? Urinalysis, okay? Urinalysis. So urinalysis dipstick performed non-automated with microscopy few bacteria. So what we're going to do now as coders, we're going to abstract information. Abstract information is pulling out certain information to find our diagnosis code, pulling out certain information to find our procedure code. Where do we live as medical billers and coders and SOAP notes? Where do we live? We live in the what? SOAP. Where do we live in the SOAP? Assessment. Very good. You said it. Okay. Second guess. Assessment. Very good. So we live in the assessment. In the assessment, it's going to always be what? The ROS. ROS means review of systems. How many systems of the body are there? 11. There's 11 systems of the body. So you have the review of systems, the diagnosis code, and the procedure code. Okay. So we said that the patient came in. We could pretty much say that this was a new patient. So we're going to find the procedure code. So circle NP. NP means new patient. This was an office visit. Okay. I want you to circle UA, urinalysis dipstick. So UA dipstick, circle that, and draw a PX by it. PX means what? Procedure codes, right? NP means new patient. That's another procedure code, okay? So put PX by that. Then I want you to circle DX, which is urinary incontinence. DX means diagnosis. So what do we draw from this data service? We found how many procedure codes? Well, two procedure codes, and how many diagnosis codes? One. Very good, Raven. Very good. So now we have abstracted information. We're learning how to find that. Okay. Let's move on to the next data service. The next data service is May 10th. Okay, so a cysto was performed. Okay, so in the previous data service, May 6th, it says patient to return, PTR, patient to return 4 days, in 4 days for cystouroscopy. Okay, so on May 10, they came back on the 4th day. A cysto, which is a cystouroscopy, was performed. It revealed a vesicovaginal fistula. Okay, so circle that and put a DX by it. That means diagnosis. So we found one diagnosis of a problem of bladder with an opening into the urinary bladder and copious leakage into the vagina. Okay, surgery to repair fistula. Patient continued to work. Okay, so now this was another short-term but straightforward type of office visit. So this is the patient's second time seeing the doctor. Is she new or is she established? She's established. And it didn't take the doctor too long of a time to do the cystouroscopy. So judging by this, we're going to give a second level office visit. A second level office visit. I think it should be a 99212. Did I give y'all 99212 or 99211?
Okay, let's do 1-1.
211. Okay, 211 is fine. 211 is fine. And 212 is okay too. Okay. All right. So we have to charge for the doctor seeing the patient and to do the reading. He had done the reading. And we also found how many diagnosis codes here for this data service? One. And if you have two, that's perfectly fine. I'll accept that. Okay. All right. Let's look at May 16, 2018. Admitted to College Hospital. See history, HX, H X means history. History. See history and exam, lower complexity, moderate, detail. I forgot what M means. So it's telling you what level of office visit that is. Okay, and she's diagnosed with physical vaginal fistula. So again, we found a diagnosis code here, and she's going to the hospital. So she had a H&P. A history and exam is really a history and physical exam. Okay, so make sure you circle history/exam, circle that. The LC, also circle that inside, the circle that whole sentence structure, LCMDM. And you're going to do hospital admissions. That's what you're going to look up, hospital admission visit, because she has to be examined by the nurse practitioner or the physician. She has to have all this workup done in order to have documentation sent to the hospital to of why she's being admitted. Okay. Now, rule of thumb: anytime a person is going to have some sort of surgery or procedure done in the hospital, they must have the history and physical or the historical exam in the hospital within 48 hours of admission. Okay, so the person can be admitted and you can have pending information coming through, but there has to be a transcribed H&P, history and physical, given to the hospital to say, okay, she's in good shape, her EKG is fine, her vital signs are okay, we're ready to have her admitted in on Tuesday so we can do surgery on her first thing Wednesday. Does everybody understand that? It has to be there by compliance of hospital policy within 48 hours of admission. So if they were admitted Tuesday, that history and physical has to be there by Thursday, at least Thursday morning. Okay, because if we get audited by JCO and JCO, everything is not in alignment with compliance, the hospital will get a ding. Okay, they will get cited for. Okay, all right. So that's one, and we're still going to use the place of service as the office as a place of service. Now, May 17, 2018. Closure of vesicovaginal fistula, abdominal approach. Okay, so circle closure of vesicovaginal fistula and put a PX. PX this time. This is going to require a surgery code. Okay, surgery codes range from, let me tell you in your book, in your CPT book. Okay. Surgery codes go from 10,000 to 60,000. Okay? These are all your surgery codes. Now, when you go to the back of your CPT book, you're going to have to find closure. Go to the word closure and then find vesicovaginal fistula. And it should be a surgery code within these range of numbers. Your CP. Oh, you can go to the back of the appendix if you want to. That's fine. In your workbook, that's perfectly fine. But in the real world, now, here's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. We're charging the patient for the doctor's handiwork. So we have to give a CPT surgical code on the CMS 1500 form. Your place of service code is going to be 21, because where did the surgery take place? Where did the surgery take place at? Where did it happen? At the hospital. Very good, Brenda. It happened at the hospital. So we have to charge for the physician's handiwork. Okay? He doesn't work for free. Remember that place of service? Let's see. Raven, did I give you a list of place of service codes, sweetie? Did I give you a list of place of service codes?
You give us a list of the type of service.
The type of service. Okay. The type of service. Okay. Y'all need a list of the place of service. Y'all don't have that, huh? Okay. That's in y'all CPT book. Okay. So, when y'all get a chance, yeah, I'll do it. Why don't you share with Victor?
I got my book.
Do you have your book?
No.
You have your book now?
I got my book.
Okay.
Where's yours? At home.
What? Now she gonna give you a hard time, bro.
Yeah.
Well, she tried to give me a hard time, so I pulled out the bag fast enough.
It's all right.
You see?
He's my
Please, please.
Okay. Okay. Give me a break, Susan. Okay, right there. Okay. Now, the place of service codes. That's what you need. Now, look on there, Raven, and tell me what's the place of service code for a hospital? It's inpatient. Inpatient. You don't know? Okay. All righty. Who wanna help her out? Diana, what's the place of service code for inpatient hospital?
21.
21. So look at 21, Raven. You see it now? Okay, it's okay. All right, now let's go back to the CMS 1500 form, y'all.
Okay.
For this particular date of service, May 17, right here where it says place of service code, right here. Okay, you're going to put 21. 21. Uh-huh. Where it says 24B, place of service?
Yeah, I'm in for
Yes. Let me see what you're talking about, baby. Make sure. Very good, Mama. Very good. Okay, now, it should be a type of service on here, and I don't see that. But EMG used to be, I'm gonna Google and see what that is for sure. But EMG used to be the type of service. So on your type of service list, Diana, did you bring your type of service list, sweetie? Yes. Did I give you one of those, Raven, the other night? The type of service list? No? Okay. I had to get you a copy.
That was last Wednesday, right?
It was last Wednesday. Okay. I'll get that to you. What's the type of service, Diana, for 2? So put a 2 right there. So 21 for the place of service, 2 for the type of service, because it happened in the hospital. It was inpatient. Okay. The dates of service. What should the dates of service read?
The 17th.
Uh-huh. So it should read to and from May 17th. Now, the procedure code, we're gonna come back and look at that. And the diagnosis pointer. Now, we should have the diagnosis from May 16, so you need to use that diagnosis code. You need to also use diagnosis code from May 10 and diagnosis code from May 6. So what should go first? May 16th should go is that number? Oh, May 16 should go in A. May 10 should go in B. And May 6 should go in C. Does everybody have that?
Oh, number 21.
Yes, in box 21, diagnosis codes. See what the diagnosis codes are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so again, put the diagnosis code for May 16 in box A. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Put the diagnosis code for May 10 in box B.
So what if the
Hold on, sweet. Go ahead.
what if we got the same diagnosis code for May 10th and May 16th? Do we have to put it twice?
Then you don't have to, then just one time is all sufficient. And then May 16, I'm sorry, May 6 can go in box C or B. Okay? Raven, did that answer your question, sweetie? No, that did not answer your question. Okay. Ask me again, sweetie. What are the diagnosis codes? Okay. For May 6, what was May 6, you guys?
R32.
R32. R32.
And then the other one is N8.
Yes. What did y'all get?
That one, I got N8 2.1.
N8 2.1? Okay, what you get, Victor? Okay, okay, so N8 2.1 or 2.0 is sufficient.
So 21A is R32.
Mm-hmm.
And then 21B is N82.
Yes, 0.0 or 0.1. That's fine. And then May 16, it will be the same as May 10. And May 17 would be the same as May 10. Use the same diagnosis code, sweetie.
R32.
No, N8, N82.0.
On box C and D.
No, pumpkin. For data service May 16, you see it? Right on the end of over there, N82.0. For May 17 on that line, write N82.0. So you're going to use that diagnosis code for those 3 days of service. You got it, pumpkin? Just write it out and just follow me. Okay, you got it? Okay. Now, in box 21, going back to box 21, yes, ma'am.
Just to clarify, because she had asked, now the newer code, the diagnosis goes first.
Yes.
The newer one goes first, and then
the earlier ones go last.
Okay.
The newer one goes first, and the earlier one, because the one here for May 16 and May 10 will be the reason why she got admitted.
Mhm.
And
the order counts.
The order counts, sequence counts. Yes, ma'am. You have to sequence your codes. Yes, ma'am. You're asking the correct question. Is that clear, sweetie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then where it says diagnosis, we put 1, 2, 3, 4. Put 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you have, how many you have here? Okay, so you put 1, 2, 3, 4. I want,
Even if they're all the same.
wait a minute, let me see what you're talking about.
Here where it says diagnosis, but you put like the box 21, right? Like this one right here. That's where
Oh,
the box 21
okay, okay.
So like since these are the same, we can still put 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, bless your heart, sweetie. You do this. I'll give you these. You got some, did you get the new ones, baby? You need some more new ones?
No, I have.
Okay, you need some new ones, sweetie? You need some new ones.
I gave her some.
You gave us some? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I want you to use these, baby. Okay, let me get some more. Here, let me see that pen. I want you to come sit with him, baby. Come sit on the other side of him. So y'all work together on the buddy system. Okay. Yes, but just these two, huh? This should go over here. Just like that. Okay? So this number 1 is gonna be A. Number 2 is gonna be B. You see it? Okay. Now, your diagnosis pointer Now, on a regular CMS 1500 that's older, it's usually gonna be like 1, 2, 3. But this time, it's gonna be A, B. Make sense?
Yeah, like, even though they're all the same, still put it in. Like,
Yes, yes. Now, follow his lead, Pumpkin. Follow his lead. We'll get y'all to work together in the group system. Let me get you some more, Victor. Thank you so much, Diana, for, tell your friends, thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Here you go, Pumpkin.
Gotta buy her a drink.
Okay, okay. Get her a margarita.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That'll do good every time. All right. Now, Raven, do you see, baby, how to do that? Do you need a pen? Okay, so I want you to do on that diagnosis pointer because it's pointing to your diagnosis pointer has to match the procedure that was done. And it has to be sequenced correctly. If it's not sequenced correctly, the insurance company is going to kick it back. And it's going to say non-compliant or it's going to ask you for more information. So to keep, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn. Okay? That's just how it is. You're going to learn. You're going to make mistakes. All right? I don't want y'all to be hard on yourselves. The main thing that I want y'all to do is make sure that you pay attention to the edit messages when it does that. Okay? The edit messages from on an EOB is going to always be your guide. It's going to always tell you what you need to do. Okay? It's not going to do it for you. It's going to tell you need to fix that and then resubmit it and wait another 14 days. Hello? Okay. All right. Now, okay, so May 17th, we are charging the patient's insurance for the doctor's handiwork. Okay? He's got to get paid for his labor. Okay? For his work. When the hospital bills for the emergency room, they don't just pay for the physician, they pay for that surgery room. It costs money to book that surgery. Okay? So that's why some surgeries are $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. They got to clean them utensils and everything. They got to pay the transcriptions. They got to do reports afterwards. They got to do all your medical care afterwards. So it costs money. Okay? All right. So this is called professional services on May 17th. If the doctor, okay, so let's look at this. May 18th through the 21st. Saw a patient in the hospital. HV. I forgot what HV means. PF. Thank you. PF means history exam. What does FSF? Straightforward, moderate, something. I forgot. So now that's another level of care, a visit. That's going to be in the E&M code. So circle HVPF, and you're going to look in the back of the CPT book for hospital visit. And you're going to match those modalities, straightforward, SF, moderate decision making, MDM, there it goes, came back to me. You're going to measure that. So now here we are. This is May 18th. So let's go to the CMS 1500 form. Line one should read May 18 to May 18. Place of service should be 21. Type of service should be 2. CPT should be a hospital visit code. And it might be like a 99232 or 99231 or something like that. Okay? And again, the same diagnosis code for A and B, same thing. You're going to sequence that. A, comma, B. Does everybody get that? Anybody have questions? Got it? Now, line 2. Let's look at line 2. Line 2 should read May 19 through May 19. Again, place of service should be 21. Type of service should be, and then again, the same code that you use in line 1. The same procedure code should be the same procedure code in line 2. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because what I did was I just put it on one line, one day, through one day, and then over here where it says units, I
Mhm.
just put 4 units.
Perfect.
That's fine.
That's fine too.
Okay.
I accept that. And you're very far advanced in that.
So,
Yeah, I was just trying to take them simple. Because you're very far advanced in that, which is nothing wrong with that. I was just trying to take them simple because they may see it and work in the doctor's office where it's itemized,
yeah, okay.
and they be like, "What?" But yes, the way you did it, love it. You can do that too. That's perfect. I just wanted them to get it both ways so it don't look so foreign to them. Did y'all get that? So what Diana did on one line, and you can do this, you can put May 18 through May 21, 2018. You can do that and use one procedure code with the diagnosis code and the place of service code and the type of code, and then the same diagnosis pointer. And then over here, 24G, where it says days or units, put 3 or 4. Is it 4 or 4? Put 4 there. And that's going to let the system know when it adjudicates in the system, in the software, it's going to let the system know that it's to be considered 4 times the day of charges. Does everybody get that? So either way you want to do it, that's perfectly fine. Victor, you look like you had a question on your face.
No, I didn't.
Not yet?
I get it.
Oh, you get it? Okay. Raven, you got it? Are you following his lead? Or y'all doing the 2-step or the cha-cha? Which one? Who's leading? Okay. All right. All right. And then if you want to, Raven and everybody else, line 3 would be May 20th. Line 4 would be May 21. Do y'all get that? Okay. However y'all want to do it, baby. Whatever makes you happy. I'm all right with that.
And then what would be the diagnosis code?
Now, since this is SARP patient, you're still going to use the same diagnosis code from previous.
So it'll be
The R32, the N82.0 first, and then the R32 second.
AFP?
Yes, ma'am. A comma B. A comma B. Okay. Now, moving along to CMS 1500 form. Let's see, this is form number 5. Look like, yeah, 5. Discharge from hospital, return to office in 2 weeks. Okay, so they were discharged from the hospital, got a good clear bill of health. Okay, so discharge, circle that. I think there is a CPT code for discharge. I can't remember.
9238.
Thank you. And use the same diagnosis code as before.
Just look for it.
She said she'll just look
No,
for
she
it.
said, let us look for it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just going through.
But that's just, no, 9238.
Making sure.
She's giving you competition, Diana. She's giving you
She's
competition.
trying.
She's trying. All right now.
You hear that?
All right now. Okay. Now, the last one should be June 5th. Post-op. Let's talk about that for a minute. Post-op office visit. Post-op office visits, post-op office visits usually have a global care of 3 visits. Okay? Of 3 visits. Okay? Now, Usually those 3 visits begin, what was the last day in the hospital? May 21st? Yeah, May 21st. So usually you go May 21st to August 21st. They have a 3 office visit window to see. And they're usually free. They're not free, but they're included as part of the surgical care. Okay, they're included as part of the surgical care. Okay, so if that patient sees the doctor like on May 6th, and let's suppose they had a rip in their wound, maybe they had an infection, okay, and that person saw the doctor on May 6th, no, May 5th, June 5th. And that person can come back the next following May, June, 10, and maybe sure